You're saying that you just weren't present on the pitch.
Just like, I didn't want to be there, to be honest. So of course I'm gonna play bad. You know, as soon as I get on the bus, it's no Jesse shit. I mean, of course it's gonna affect me. Like, I'm already down enough anyway. I was like, nah, I can't. I can't be arsed anymore. I was drinking. Like, what I needed something. Just trying to take the pain away. With my brother, watching Sky Sports News. Dave Moyes on the phone. I'm like, yeah, I'm coming. Like, I'm there. Like, you want me there? I'm there. Edward rings. No, you're not going there. It's off. It's done. Just crying. I was crying. Me and brother just crying. All I want to do is play football. That's it. Edward was, right, it's back on now. All I want to do is play football. Let me just go and play football, please. As soon as I got there, hit the ground running. It's probably one of my best seasons, to be honest. Like, I think 9 goals, 5 assists from like February to May. I still didn't go Euros after that. And that was my main aim, to go Euros.
How did that feel when you found out that you weren't going after having won it, probably, arguably, your best ever year in football?
Mm-hmm.
Before at West Ham, when you were, you know, widely considered to be the most informed player in the league. How did it feel?
It's heartbroken because, you know, growing up, I always wanted to represent my country and play for England. And to not play the first half of the season, then to go to West Ham and the form that I was in there, I could have easily took it into the Euros, but didn't pick me. And like I say, weren't strong enough to probably say, look, why am I not picked?
Would that have helped?
Probably, yeah.
Do you think?
To get a reason out of it, yeah.
It wouldn't have got you in the team, but it would have helped you.
Yeah, like, what could I have done to get into the team?
In 2019, as shown in the documentary, your mother was admitted to hospital. What was the cause of that happening? What was the lead up of events that sent her to hospital?
Just the depression. It was just so bad that she couldn't really cope anymore, and I think she needed to go away and get help. But then leaving me with my little sister, who was probably 11 at the time, and you know, my little brother, who was probably like 15 at the time. For me, I was still going through my own things as well. So I wasn't really the big bro that they wanted at the time, because they always get like the fun, the laughy Jesse, the bubbly Jesse. But at that time, I was going through my own stuff anyway, so I was just autopilot.
Your mum's in hospital. You've got 2 younger siblings that you're now primary carer of. And how are things going on the pitch? You're saying that you just weren't present on the pitch.
Just weren't there. Like, mentally, weren't there. Like, I'd be on the pitch, but just didn't want to be on the pitch.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't want to play. I didn't want to quit football. I'd never quit football, but I would have needed a break. If lockdown didn't come, I would have needed a break, 100%.
And is this in Old's first year or second year?
Yeah, so it's second year, and I'm just going into games like just mind blank, just on a pitch. Just like, I didn't want to be there, to be honest. So of course I'm gonna play bad.
And then you get an abuse.
That was kind of what tipped it over, to be honest. After the derby game.
What happened?
So we won, but you know, as soon as you get on the bus, it's no Jesse, you shit, blah blah. Like, why are you playing for us, blah blah. And to be fair, Luke Shaw backed it, to be honest. He came down off the bus and like started shouting at him, arguing, whatever. But don't know if it was Derby fans or United fans, but like, I'm human, you know what I mean? Of course it's gonna affect me. Like, I'm already down enough anyway. I'm already going through things what you don't know about. And I've got to perform on a weekly basis. And when you're performing, you're not performing at 100%. So, of course, there's going to be critics and, you know, you're not playing that well. You know, but to be abused like that, it's kind of what tipped it, to be fair. That was like, I was like, nah, I can't be arsed anymore. Like, I need a break. I need to find something, some motivation, some fire in my belly again to get going again, because, you know, I can't be doing this. Like, and there'll be another game next week, and I'll be like, oh, like, can't be arsed, man. I don't want to play. Just during that time, that time period of everything what was going on, mum, looking after my little brother and sister and that, I felt like I had the world on my shoulders.
There's this really kind of like moving, haunting part in the documentary where I think your older brother Louis had videoed you lying on the sofa completely still. Your eyes are like blank.
Mm-hmm. That's how it was. Like, even at training, like, just masking it. Just trying, like,
masking what?
Just masking, you know, the depression side of things, the anxiety. Like, I was still trying to be Jesse, like, hey, like, banter jokes and that, but, you know, it comes to a point where you actually need to say something, because I felt like just the world was on my shoulders and had no one to turn to. Like, couldn't speak to anyone about anything. I didn't want to speak to anyone. I thought, you know what, I can deal with this. I can handle this. I'm grown enough to deal with this. But come to a point where it was like, look, Ollie, this is what's going on. And we kind of kept it, you know, close-knit, to be honest. But even just to have, like, Ollie say, like, you know, how's your mum, how's she doing? Like, I could have a conversation with him, I could have a conversation with a doc, I could have a conversation with a liaison woman. And that just helped a little bit more. Just having that little conversation and letting people understand, like, what I'm going through. And then I think I did a piece for the paper, you know, talking about it, and I still don't think people really fully understood, you know, what was going on until like I said, the documentary came out.
In order for you to be able to have those conversations with the people, you first had to make the decision to, like, for you to talk about how you're feeling, because once you open up, then they can give you that support. You talked about how it's difficult to do that when you're a young man. Did you realise in that moment that you were suffering with depression? Could you see yourself in your mother? Or
yeah, probably, yeah. I think the video sums it up, the one where I'm on the sofa. I must lay there for like 3 minutes, just staring to thin air. I don't know what I was thinking, don't know what was going through my head at the time. But like I say, like, I was drinking, stuff like that, like, before bed, like, having nightcap. I'm like, look back now, I think, what am I doing that for? Like, what I needed something, just trying to take the pain away and, like, put me at ease somehow, and, like, try and forget what was going on, but it makes 10 times worse.
You did perform when you went to West Ham. You really, really performed, as we've discussed. I think a lot of people were expecting you to stay there because you performed so well, and it just seemed like you finally found your groove, consistent. You scored the goals, you got the assists. What was your thinking at that point when that loan comes to an end? Did you want to stay at West Ham? Mm-hmm. You wanted to stay?
Yeah.
Manchester United wanted you to come back?
Yeah. So I had a year. Yeah, I went into my final year after that then. Mm-hmm. And I still wanted to go on loan in Jan, so I weren't playing again. So Newcastle was on the cards in Jan. Deal was done, everything. Obviously, the United squad weren't big enough. So let a couple of players go out on loan. And then when it comes to me, John Murta rang, he was like, nah, like, you're not going on loan. I was like, well, he's gone on loan. He's got let me go and enjoy. I'm not playing there, so let me go on loan. Like, let me play football.
To Newcastle?
Yeah. And he's like, what do you want, days off? I was like, no, I just want to go play football. Like,
what do you want, days off?
Yeah, so this is the whole thing, what happened. So then, they stopped the loan. Obviously, I was pissed. And then when he said about the days off and that, I messaged him, I was like, you know what, I'm going to take 2 days off now. Just because you said that. So then they put out, Jesse's asked for 2 days off in the media. What? Went on Twitter straight away. No, I didn't ask for 2 days off. He asked me to do 1 day. I just put it out there. The facts.
How what was the dressing room like at that point? You know, because a lot of players would, obviously, when Ronaldo comes in, obviously, eventually ends up getting fired, etc., etc. It did feel like, you know, they use this phrase, "Oh, the manager's lost the dressing room," or there's, from a fan looking in, you could just see that there was something wrong with the culture at the club. Players were coming there that were world-class, as we said earlier, world-class elsewhere, they were becoming fucking average players.
Yeah.
You've got all of these rumours leaking, you've got all of this stuff happening, players at the club feeling like their trust has been broken, like you said, you've been lied to a few times. It just felt like someone didn't have control of the place.
No, it weren't. There's no control, I don't think. Like you say, when Sir Alex was there, it was full control.
It's like a fortress, yeah.
A fortress. Everything goes through him. Contracts, everything, like commercials, like everything. Of course, generations change. Players grow up. People have a voice. But like you say, when things are getting said about you that's not true, you're going to voice your opinion. Like I say, what happened back in the day, it'd be squashed there and then with Sir Alex.
If you love the Diary of a CEO brand and you watch this channel, please do me a huge favour. Become part of the 15% of the viewers on this channel that have hit the subscribe button. It helps us tremendously, and the bigger the channel gets, the bigger the guests.